Hello everyone, my name is Jessica Molnar and this is Text World History. Today we're going to talk about the pre-revolutionary Russia. During the late 19th century and the early 20th century, this development was unstable and most of Russia still engaged in relatively primitive agriculture. And life in Russia was no picnic, literally speaking, because most people probably couldn't afford this. This was due to the social structure. During this time, Russia was strictly hierarchical. Hopefully I pronounced that right. You had the clergy and nobility at the top, the middle and working classes in between, and the peasants at the very bottom. The nobility included the most important person in the Russian Empire, the Tsar. Since Russia had an autocracy, one person could basically do anything they wanted. All the wealth and power was controlled and distributed by these rulers. The rest of the nobles and the clergy, for the most part, also enjoyed lavish and comfortable lives, making money off the tracts of land that they owned. Moreover, people of the middle class worked both for the government or in the private sector as merchants, bureaucrats, or trained professionals. Most were educated, opposed the conservative social order of the upper classes, and were receptive toward liberal ideas. Below this was working classes, who were usually employed as factory workers, artisans, soldiers, and sailors, between other things. At the very bottom were the peasants, who actually made up 82% of the total population. Most of these people were illiterate and lived in small secluded villages that were wary of any outsiders. And the majority of peasants were living in extreme poverty and were tired of these conditions. They would soon rise to overthrow the government, with Nicholas II being the last of these famous czars.